On January 24, 2026, inside a sold-out United Center in Chicago, a banner was raised to the rafters. The number 1, the name Derrick Rose. He became just the 5th player in Chicago Bulls history to receive that honor, right next to Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, and it looked like the end of a story. Hometown hero, celebrated, retired, remembered, except it wasn't. 4 days later, Rose sat down for a Forbes interview and confirmed that he's now a partner in the 1901 project, a $7 billion mixed-use development being built on 55 acres of parking lots surrounding the same arena where his jersey now hangs. He's not lending his name to this. He's taking real estate and construction contracting classes. He's preparing to build, physically build, on the ground where he once played. To understand why that matters, you have to understand what it cost him to get here. Derrick Rose was born on October 4, 1988, in Englewood, on Chicago's South Side. 46% of households there live below the poverty line. Homicide rates ran 10 times higher than the rest of the city. 28 people were murdered in the area surrounding Murray Park in the first 8 months of 2008, the year Rose was drafted. Some of those victims were children. That park is where he learned to play basketball. His mother Brenda raised 4 boys alone. His 3 older brothers built a protection system around Derrick that bordered on military precision. They scouted the route to his high school, counting gang territories. They sent people to watch him when none of them were free. The family often went without electricity. Meals were not always there. When Rose was in 5th grade, his next-door neighbor killed himself, playing Russian roulette. A close friend was murdered weeks before he left for college. His mother had a rule. No one left the house without saying, "I love you." She enforced it because in Englewood, any goodbye could be the last one. At Simeon Career Academy, Rose wore number 25 in honor of Ben Wilson, a former Simeon star who was shot and killed by a gang member in 1984. By senior year, he was averaging 25 points, 9 assists, and nearly 9 rebounds a game. He led Simeon to back-to-back state championships, the first Chicago Public League school to ever do that. His record there was 120 wins and 12 losses. One season at Memphis under John Calipari, a 38-2 record, the NCAA championship game, lost to Kansas on a buzzer-beating 3 from Mario Chalmers. It did not matter. On June 26, 2008, the Chicago Bulls, who had won the draft lottery with just a 1.7% chance, selected him 1st overall. What followed was fast. Rookie of the Year in 2009, first All-Star in 2010, and then, in the 2010 to 2011 season, at 22 years old, Rose became the youngest, most valuable player in NBA history, averaging 25 points and nearly 8 assists while leading the Bulls to the best record in basketball, 62-20. He beat LeBron James for the award. He did it in front of his city. When reporters asked if his mother could keep the trophy, he smiled through tears and said, "Just give me like 2 or 3 days, Mom, then you can have it." On April 28, 2012, it came apart. First round, Game 1 against Philadelphia. The Bulls were up 12 with 1 minute 22 left. Garbage time. Rose drove into the lane, planted on his left leg, and his knee buckled. No contact. Complete ACL tear. He sat out the entire next season, even after doctors cleared him. Critics called it selfish. 10 games into his comeback the following year, he tore the meniscus in his right knee. In February 2015, the same meniscus tore again. He fractured his orbital bone in practice. In the 4 seasons after that first ACL tear, Rose played roughly 100 games. A healthy player would have played over 300 games. On January 9, 2017, while playing for the Knicks, Rose showed up to the morning shoot-around, and then He vanished. He did not come to the game. The team sent staff to his apartment and he was not there. He had flown to Chicago without telling anyone. He later said it was the first time he had felt that kind of emotional pain and that he had to be with his family. Reports said he thought about walking away from basketball for good. The next season confirmed how far he had fallen. 25 total games across 3 teams. Cleveland traded him to Utah, and Utah waived him immediately. He was 29 years old, a former MVP on a minimum salary contract. Then came October 31st, 2018, Halloween night in Minneapolis. Rose was on a $2.4 million deal with the Timberwolves. He was only starting because 2 other guards were hurt. Against the Utah Jazz, he scored 50 points on 19 of 31 shooting and hit the game-sealing block in the final seconds. When the buzzer sounded, his teammates swarmed him. The crowd chanted MVP. A reporter asked what the 50-point game meant to him. Through tears, he gave a one-word answer: everything. 4 major knee surgeries, waived months earlier, written off by the entire sport. He had just put up a career high 6 years after the injury that was supposed to end his story. The numbers tell you how unlikely that was. A Brown University study found the average career length after an ACL injury was just 3.36 seasons. Rose played 12 more seasons after his. The average NBA or an NBA career lasts 4.8 years. Rose's career lasted 16 years, 4+ major knee surgeries, and still another decade on the court. No one else in league history has done that. Most players who go through what Rose went through become cautionary tales. Brandon Roy retired at 27. Greg Oden managed 105 career games. Penny Hardaway's best years ended at 26. Rose outlasted all of them. He made real contributions to the Knicks' 2021 playoff run. He earned roughly $166 million in career salary. He held onto a 14-year, $185 million Adidas deal that produced 17 signature shoes. Adidas never cut it. The company never invoked a reduction clause, even after everything. Rose retired on September 26, 2024, at the age of 35. He took out full-page newspaper ads in all 6 NBA cities where he had played, and then he walked away from the game completely. He told Forbes that he felt like basketball was handicapping him, and that he did not have anything aligned with the rest of his development. He opened a family flower shop in Chicago with weekly drops every Sunday. He invested in freestyle chess, the league co-founded by Magnus Carlsen. He is raising his son in the same AAU program he once played in, the Mean Streets Express. And then there is the 1901 Project. $7 billion in private investment is transforming 55 acres around the United Center into housing, hotels, retail, green space, and a 6,000-seat music venue. It is led by the Reinsdorf and Wirtz families, the owners of the Bulls and Blackhawks. Rose confirmed his involvement in Phase 2 during a January 2026 Forbes interview. He said they are putting $7 billion into the project, and it is probably the biggest project there since the World Fair. He is not the one writing the checks. His net worth sits around $90 million, but he is studying contracting and real estate development so that when he shows up, it means something. Rose grew up in Englewood. He has said that when he drives through the old neighborhood today, he still cries because it looks exactly the same as when he was a kid. The 1901 project is going up on the west side, blocks from where his career played out. His jersey hangs in the rafters of the United Center, and now he is learning how to build the city that surrounds it. That is the Derrick Rose story. Not a rise, not a fall, not a comeback. A kid from Englewood who refused to let any single version of his life be the final one.